Hi, I'm Trish. Um, this video is one that I've wanted to make for a very, very, very long time, but as you'll see, sorry, it was a very, very difficult video to make, and it's difficult for me to do this part of it as well. You'll see, if you keep watching, that I really struggle with depression, and also anxiety and fibromyalgia. Now, I just want to say I am fine. I'm fine now. I've struggled with depression and anxiety like my entire adult life, and probably actually to some degree as a child as well. I'll be straight up. I do spend a lot more time than any person on this earth should spend actually suicidal. Now, having said that, I won't do it. I know that I won't do it. I've made promises to my kids. I've made promises to my psychologist and everything, and I know that I won't do it. I know that I won't. As much as I want to at times, as much as and this will sound awful, but this is what goes through the head of someone who goes through this. I resent everyone in my life who loves me at times because they are the only people who keep me here. And I know that sounds like a horrible thing to say, but when you're feeling like that, you want a reason to be able to go through with it. You want people to let you go, and you resent them because they won't, and because you need to stay here for them. But I know in myself now, because I've been seeing psychologists for years, I know that feeling suicidal is a symptom of severe depression. It's because I don't want to die. I want to live forever. I don't want to die. My life is actually really pretty good, and I've got so much to live for. And I love my kids and my family so much. But when you're depressed, and it'll be really difficult for people who've never been through it, when you're depressed, your whole mindset changes. You become very negative about everything. Right at the moment, and my depression at the moment it's a reactive depression. I'm in a depression now because I've been through so much over the last few months. I've had a major surgery. I've had a not quite so major surgery. I've had 2 general anaesthetics. I'm having problems with my lap band. I'm having problems adjusting to how my body looks now with having had a breast reduction. I've got a lot going on, and a lot of other personal stuff that I can't talk about because it's not about me. But I've got a lot going on. I've got a lot to deal with, so I have a reactive depression. Now, in my books, that's fine because there's a reason for it, and I know I'll get through it and I'll get over this. A lot of the times, though, I have what they call severe endogenic depression, which means I get depressed for no good reason. It just happens. I just get depressed. So that's really awful. And I do and that can just drop it. And I'm not bipolar. Absolutely, definitely not bipolar. I've been called unipolar, which means I get the very, very low lows of like a bipolar, but I don't get the highs. So I don't get all, I don't get manic. I don't get that. But when I do have those depressions that I can be sitting there just watching telly, cross-stitching, just doing nothing and feel fine, and it'll just hit me within the space of like less than a minute. I'm down, and I can be like that for 10 minutes, or I can be like that for weeks or months. I've been through depressions like that in the past before I knew how to look after myself, that just lasted for years. And I'm talking like just about catatonic depression where I just couldn't function. I don't know how I raised my kids. So I have wanted for a very long time to, when I'm feeling really, really down, just put the video on and just voice what's going through my head. I think it's important for people to be aware of depression, and people can go and see, awareness campaigns about depression, and, they can read things about, what people feel when they're depressed and all this sort of stuff. But I've never seen anything where someone has been just in a really low point and like you see them in that really low point. So this is you'll see this is really laying myself right out there, but again, that's what I do. Made me feel very vulnerable to do this, and I did. I just spoke what was in my head, because when I'm depressed, I'm very negative. I feel very, very, very alone. That's probably the worst part about being depressed. Like, you just feel like you're alone and no one cares. So I do come out with a lot of like negative thoughts, and that's what you'll see that in the video. Now, I just also want to say that a lot of the things that I talk about later on, they are very real to me, but they're not as bad as what they look like when I'm, sitting here talking about them and crying and in that really low place. There are a couple of things that do actually genuinely grate on me just as much as what I say later on. But for the most part, when I'm feeling so shit, I look for reasons for me feeling like shit like that, because it's not nice to feel like that. It's not nice to feel alone and negative and worthless and, like my life has no value. So you look for reasons. Why am I feeling like this? And so you just pluck anything out of the air. Even things like, I had an argument with my son last night about just bullshit, I mean, the argument, the issue wasn't bullshit, but it was bullshit that we argued about it, you know what I mean? And so then I'd sit here and I'd think, well, that's why I feel depressed now, because I had an argument with my son. That's not why I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling depressed because things are screwed up in my brain, in my neurotransmitters and stuff. But I need to look for reasons for it. So, I'll pull out the, like, oh, I hate my new boobs. I don't. It is difficult for me to learn to love them, and it is a very, very big adjustment, but I don't hate them like I'm talking about later. My family doesn't make me feel alone. My family is actually very, very supportive, but when I'm in that state, my head doesn't work like that. Yes, I am struggling with my lap band and my eating at the moment, and I talk about that a bit as well, because I'm just looking for reasons for why I'm feeling so shit. And I'll tell you now, I made the video, I went on Facebook, my sister posted a funny photo, and I thought I can make a funny photo response to that, and I thought, this'll help too. Sometimes nothing will get me out of my funk, but other times, I can go and do it. And so I did. I went away and I made a funny photo and whatever. And I felt a lot better, and I came back out and I ate those freaking Vitabrits. I made myself 2 Vitabrits with water and protein powder, and I ate those, and I just felt a lot better, and I feel a lot better today. You can see I've put some makeup on. I've done something with my hair. I haven't got dressed yet, but that's, I've decided what I'm going to wear. I'll get dressed later. That's fine. And I'll actually enjoy going out tonight. So I just want to say, if anyone out there does struggle with depression and, anxiety, other things that make them, feel really low, like chronic illnesses, if you're feeling low now, it might not be a really good idea to watch the rest of this video, because it might trigger you. I don't know. And I do want to say I am okay. I see a psychologist. I don't take medication. Medication really doesn't agree with me, but, it doesn't mean I judge other people who take medicine. It would be great if I could tolerate it, but I can't. So, yeah, and I think it's important to show this. It's not really related to weight loss. It's not really related to, reconstructive surgeries, but it relates to my journey in a big way, and I know it'll probably relate to a lot of other people as well, because, things like depression and anxiety and chronic illnesses have a massive impact on your life, just like massive. So I think it really does make things a lot harder. And I don't know that this will help anyone. Maybe it'll make them feel less alone if they can see that they're not the only person who goes through these episodes. I hope that can be the case. I don't know. Maybe it will, because depression is a very, very lonely illness, and you very often do feel like you're the only one. So anyway, this is This is me at my lowest, and I do get like this quite a lot. So this is the whole story. Not the whole story, but a bit more of my story. Oh, and if you are struggling for any reason, just and this is what I try to do for myself as well. You've got to be kind to yourself. It's that simple. Try to eat well. Try to sleep well. Have a nice bath. Do something you enjoy. I enjoy doing cross stitch. And when you can't do any of that, just wait it out. You just got to wait it out and understand that it's an illness. And if you're not getting treatment for it, get some treatment for it, and be patient and kind to yourself. That's all I can. That's all I can say. That's what I do for myself. That's it. And as always, I forgot something. I appreciate if people have sympathy for me or empathy or are concerned about me, whatever. But please don't. I'm not posting this to get pity. I'm not doing it for attention. I'm not doing it to say to people, oh, look at me, everyone feels sorry for me and everyone pay attention to me and everything. I hate that. I hate that. I'm only doing this to bring awareness of just how bad depression can be, and maybe help some other people to not feel so lonely. But please don't go making comments that I detest pity. I cannot deal with pity. Pity makes me feel shit. And as I said earlier, I'm fine now. I'm not gonna harm myself. I'm not going to kill myself. Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't. I promise that. I promise that to everyone. I don't know how to make this video, but I want people to know what depression for me looks like, and it probably looks like this for other people as well. A lot of people who struggle with depression and anxiety and chronic illnesses and stuff don't like people to see them like this, because no one wants to be around someone who's crying and miserable and complaining and negative. So we get up and we paint on a happy face and we smile and we be what other people want us to be, just so that we don't alienate people when we already feel so alone, even when we've got people around us. Because that's what depression does. It messes up the way you think about things, and I'm struggling so much lately. I don't do well with anaesthetics, and I've had 2 in the last couple of months, and I've had big changes to adjust to, and people don't seem to understand that. People just look at me with horror when I tell them that I don't like my new boobs. And I'm trying really hard to accept them and learn to love them, and people just look at me with horror, like I should just shut the fuck up and appreciate what I've got. And I'm thinking, would you like it if this was done to your boobs? But because I'm not saying, oh, I love them and they're fantastic and look how great they are, people don't want to hear it. It's like they hate me for not liking my boobs. It's hard. I've got no feel in my lap band and I'm putting weight on and I just want to eat all the time and I can't put weight on because I've got to have more surgery next year, and if I put weight on and then I can't lose it, they won't do the surgery. And then all this work I've done will be for nothing. I'm just so tired of trying so hard all the time. I'm tired of just showing up. People don't get how hard it is. I got up this morning and I had a shower and I just put my PJs on and I've got to go out later for a family birthday and I'm going to pick my kids up on the way. And I just feel like I've got so much to do, but all I have to do is wrap a present and put makeup on and get dressed and drive. And I've just sat here for hours. Just hours just wanting to eat but too afraid to eat because once I start I'm just sitting here stressing over what can I eat and trying to do deals with myself and eat now and then I can eat in 2 hours and what can I eat and so then I sit here and I don't eat because I'm afraid to eat. I'm sitting here thinking I've got to get makeup on. And I just don't feel like putting makeup on, but if I don't put makeup on and I go out, people are going to notice and they're going to say, oh, what's wrong? Why haven't you got makeup on? Are you okay? And I don't want to shit all over someone else's birthday, so I have to get makeup on so that no one can say I feel shit. And I don't know what to wear because everything just looks awful on me at the moment. And I'm going to have to keep a happy face on for so many hours. I'm so tired. I just don't want to go, but I have to. And there's always something. Shit gets better for a little while and then something else always comes up. And people think I'm so strong.
And then I just think I'll just make myself a cup of tea. I'm sick of tea. I'm sick to fucking death of tea. Tea is not food. Cordial's not food. And then I think, well, I'll have a hot chocolate. And I think, oh, there's so many calories and there's sugar in it. And then I think I'll just have some Vitabrits and I'll make it with hot water because that's less calories. And I'll put in some protein powder because that's really good for me. And I think, no, because that wasn't the plan for today. And then I think just fucking eat. Other people eat. Other normal people eat. This is normal. It's normal to eat. But I can't because I'm not a normal person. Everything's so fucking hard. And I go back to the gym and I'm doing really well, and then I just push it that little bit too far, and now I'm so sore and I'm so tired. And that doesn't happen to normal people. Don't have to play that really fine balancing act just to be able to get some regular fucking exercise without pain. Normal people don't sit for hours at a time fighting with themselves over 2 Vitabrits and a tablespoon of protein powder and some hot fucking water. And I'm all by myself with this because no one wants to hear it. No one wants to hear it. As soon as I open my mouth to anyone I know about being in pain or stressing over food or my weight or my lap band, they just shut down. I'm all alone. No one cares. Because I'm not getting engaged or getting married or having a baby. No one cares. I got down to my goal weight of 85 kilos. And all my family and everyone knew. But no one wanted to celebrate with me. No one wanted to go out and get a pedicure or go out for coffee or, spend $10 on a fucking present for me because I did so fucking well. Because I only lost half of my body weight. If I got married or engaged or anything like that, everyone would want to have a party for me and buy me presents and congratulate me. Tired of doing things by myself. Tired of people not wanting to listen to what I want to say. tired of trying so hard just to look normal.